It's going on live in YouTube.
Yeah, but something, please sign in to verify that you may see it. Okay. Yes. So now we are ready to start our class. अरहंत सिद्ध सूर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है तीन को स्वरूप जानी राग ते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाय स्तुति को उच्चारी है धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है. So Aditi ji, you will help me out in the schedule, who is going to come first for Gandhar Mulyankan, and I don't have that record with me right now. But before that, we need to complete this chapter of 5 bhavs. Okay, it is just one page is left, so we'll finish it in 15 minutes and then we will move on to the Gandhar Mulyankan test. I hope everyone is there, except for one student who has already given her recording in the group. So I think apart from that, everyone is present, and we'll be taking that one by one. But before that, let me complete this chapter. Page number, we were on page number 47, and we were saying that people of all the 5 different bhavas are into what stage of spiritual development. Okay, so Aupshamik bhav is from 4th stage to 11th stage. Shaik bhav is from 4th to 14th plus liberated soul or the Siddh Parmestis. Then the third one, Shayopshamik bhav, it is from 1 to 12. And then Audaik bhav 1 to 14 and Parinamic bhav 1 to 14 plus Siddh Parmesti. So this is how the spiritual stages will be a part of this 5 different bhavs. So now the disciple says this, please let us know the duration of these bhavs. So what would be a duration of Aupshamik bhav? As you know, Aupshamik bhav is subsidential disposition. Okay, everyone must have written the English name, subsidential dispositions. So Aupshamik bhav with a beginning and end. So there are 4 types of positions when we talk of the duration of each bhav. Okay, so the first one is the Shadi Sant. Shadi means which has a beginning, and Sant means it has got an end. Then there is one Anadi Anant, no beginning, no end. Then we have Sadi Anant. Sadi means it has a beginning, and Anant means it has no end. And then there will be Anadi Shant, means which has no beginning, but it has a end. So these are the 4 permutation and combinations for this duration of these bhavas. And when we look at Aupshamik bhava, so Opshamic bhava has got a beginning. It is not there since time immortal. It has got a beginning and it has got an end also, because the duration of opshamic bhav or the subsidential disposition is only antarmurat. Now, antarmurat means less than 48 minutes. Murat is 48 minutes and antarmurat is less than 48 minutes. So it could be 1 second less than 48 minutes also, and it could be anything from 1 second to 48 minutes. All are antarmurat. So whenever a deluded soul achieves right faith, okay, then the first sentiment or the first sentiment that is being manifested is the opshamik bhav, okay, and this opsamic bhava has got a beginning and end just because it is of only antarmurat. Then subsequently there are other stages coming into the life of soul. The next one is shaik bhav. Shaik bhav is destructional dispositions, okay. So this shaik bhav has a starting point but no end, okay. So once it starts, it remains even if you get liberated, shaik bhav. And from the point of view of staying in this world, it is somewhat more than 33 sagars. So this is the maximum time that shaik bhav can remain with the soul, okay. It cannot be more than that. So there is a starting point, but there is no end. It is going to be there with no end. Now the third one is shayopshamik bhav, subsidential cum destructional disposition, okay. Subsidential cum destructional disposition, and as you have seen in the spiritual stages, that shayopshamik bhav is from first stage to the 12th stage. So this has also no starting point because it is from the first stage. So it has got no starting point, but it has got an end, okay. So which are the shayopshamik bhav? Sentience, perception, and vitality aspect. So this is having a beginning but no end. Then having start and end both, somewhat more than 66 sagars from the open manifestation of religious aspect. Now the language is a bit difficult, not proper, but I will tell you the Hindi first, so I think you will be able to understand. So धर्म की प्रगट पर्याय अपेक्षा से उत्कृष्ट 66 सागर से कुछ अधिक काल. So more than 66 sagars. Now this sagar is also a very long period, okay. If I get the exact calculation, I will definitely share you on this group. But now you just imagine that the sagars are a very, very long period of time, okay. So having start and end both somewhat. So this is from what perspective? This is from the perspective of the modification of religion, okay. So धर्म की प्रगट पर्याय, okay, अपेक्षा से it is more than 66 सागर. The next one is औदिक भाव. So औदिक भाव we had seen in the spiritual stages. Audic bhava is rising dispositions, and this rising disposition can be from the first stage to the 14th stage. Up to the 14th stage, you have this Audic bhava. So you can just think of that after attaining the 13 stages of spiritual development, where you have become a Arihant, okay, then what kind of Audic bhava is left over? So there is one Audaik Agyan, and that gets completely destroyed in the 14th stage. So this Audaik Bhav is from the first stage to the 14th stage. It has got no starting point, but it has got an end, okay? Because at the end of the 14th stage, it comes to an end. And this is again in relation to Bhavya Jeevs. Bhavya Jeevs means who has got a capacity to get liberated. And then there are Abhavya Jeev also, who does not have the capacity to achieve salvation. And then there are other Jeev also, other souls also, who have the capacity, but practically it is not possible to achieve. That is called Duranudur Bhavya. Duradur Bhavya is as similar as Abhavya, okay? Because it has also got a very, very, very long period after which it can manifest the right faith. But from the point of view of a Bhavya Jeev who has got the capacity to get liberated, there is no starting point, but there is an end point. And from the perspective of Abhavya Jeev, the one that has no capacity for salvation, or the other creatures, Duranadur Bhavya, who has the capacity but not practical achievement, these kind of souls will having no start and no end. So they are going to remain in this sansar. Now imagine if we would have been Abhavya, then what would have happened? Even after putting so much efforts, you will never get liberated. So, but in one of the scriptures, like the name of the scriptures is Kartikeya Preksha. Kartikeya Preksha is written by Kartikeya Swami. There he says that whoever listens to these scriptures with interest is always a Bhavya Jeev, and he will definitely get liberated. So we are not worried about that, whether we will be Bhavya or Abhavya. Many people do have this kind of questions in them, whether they are Bhavya or not. If you are having interest in this kind of studies, that means you are Bhavya. And that's why you are listening. So never doubt about that. The last one is Parinamic Bhava. Parinamic Bhava is eternal. There is no starting point and there is no end. Disciple, I have understood this. Now please let me know what bhavs are worth having. Having means grahan, and what not means worth renouncing. Because without knowing the merits and demerits of these, how can we retain or leave them? So after understanding all the concept, we come to a conclusion that what conclusion? What is worth having and what is worth living, and what is worth only knowing. Okay. So, hey, gnei, and upadei. Hey is worth living, gnei is only worth knowing, and upadei is worth having, manifesting. So these are the three conclusions that we arrive at after understanding any concept. So since this whole chapter is coming to an end and the speaker has really explained very nicely all the 5 kinds of bhavas, so now he is coming to that conclusion that what needs to be adapted and what needs to be discarded.
G, can you repeat this one, G? What is, you said some terms, nay.
Okay. Hey is worth to be discarded.
Okay, G.
Upadey is worth to be adapted.
Okay.
And gnei is only to be known. Worth
Okay.
only, worth knowing only. Okay? So
Thank you, G.
after every concept, you should come at this conclusion. If you are not able to come to the conclusion, then you have not realized the true meaning of this concept. So the first one is Odik Bhav. It is hey, undesirable. Okay. The second is Opshamik and Shayopshamik of the pursuer. Pursuer means sadhak, who is already into the path of liberation. That means he is an enlightened soul and his spiritual stage is 4th and above. Okay. So Opshamik and Shayopshamik of the pursuer and Shaik Bhav from the point of view of obtaining it are desirable. Okay. So these are pragat karne ki apeksha upade. These are worth manifesting. Okay. And parinamic bhav is the most desirable from the point of view of taking refuge in it. So desirable bhavs are of 2 kinds. One is worth manifesting and the other is worth taking refuge in it. So parinamic bhav, out of these 5 bhavs, parinamic bhav is the most important, where we can take shelter in or we can take refuge in, and when we take refuge in it, all these kind of bhavs are manifested. So there are 2 kinds of desirable bhavs. One is taking refuge in it and the other one is worth adapting or worth manifesting. The second point is Odik Bhav is perversion. Perversion means vikar. Okay. It is undesirable. Hey, for the man in the pursuit of the soul and is not for adherence. Adherence means taking refuge in it, taking shelter in it. It is not for that. Opshamik bhav and the Shayopshamik bhav of the pursuer are with starting point and the end. They are manifestations of one moment only. Since it is for one moment, it is not worth taking refuge in it, but it is definitely worth manifesting it. Shaik bhav is with its beginning but having no end. However, it is also a manifestation of one moment only, and as such not suitable for reliance or refuge. I am pronouncing refugee, but it is someone also pronounces it refuge. So correct me what is the correct one. I'm not aware of the correct one.
So refuge is taking adherence and refugee is the person who takes adherence.
So spelling is same?
Refugee is GEE. Taking refuge is taking Sharan Lena.
Okay, okay. And that refuge is the one who is giving the shelter.
Giving the shelter is not right. The one taking the shelter. If I take shelter of religion, I am the refugee of religion.
So
And
you are refuge single E, right? Single E.
Refugee, if I take Sharan, I am the refugee, but Sharan is refuge.
Acha, Sharan is refuge. Okay, okay.
Sharan.
Fine. So parinamic bhav is the most desirable from the point of view of taking refuge in it. Now it is correct. So Audhik bhav is perversion. Perversion is vikar. It is undesirable for the man in the pursuit of the soul and is not for adherence. Opshamik bhava and Shayopshamik bhava of the pursuer are with starting point and the end. They are manifestations of one moment only. Shaik bhav is with its beginning but having no end. However, it is also a manifestation of one moment only, and as such not suitable for reliance or refuge. Parinamic bhav, that is eternal, is the only bhav for taking refuge. In a nutshell, those who want to treat the path of religion and want to be happy should not look towards the first four bhavs. So the first four are, which one? It's all given in the sequence: Opshamik, Shaik, Shayopshamik, and Odaik. Why this first? We should not look towards the first four, because these are all these all have a relation with the karmas. Okay, and parinamic bhav has got no relation with the karmas. It is independent of the karmas, but these first four bhavs are having a relation with karma. You can ask one question: why the Shaik bhav is also considered? Because it has conquered all the karmas. But conquering the karmas is also again a relation with the karmas. Okay, so whether it is in the presence of karma or it is in the absence of karma, both are related to karma. So all the first four bhavs are not worth looking at. Okay, and should take refuge in the eternally existent and sentient by nature parinamic bhav only. So I am the parinamic bhav, because by taking refuge in it, religion takes roots, it continues and prospers, and it achieves completion. So take roots is utpatti, continues is sthiti, prospers is vriddhi, and purnata is completion. Okay, so the whole moksha marga, or the path of liberation, starts with the refugee of the parinamic bhav. Okay, so when you take shelter in it, the path of liberation starts. And if you want to continue it, and if you want to prosper it, and if you want to achieve completion, you have to again and again take shelter in your parinamic bhav. So now you know which is worth adopting, which is worth discarding, and which is worth only knowing. Okay, so this was all about this chapter. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Otherwise, we will move on to the Gandhar Mulyankan test.
So some of us are asking that what is Gandhar Mulyankar meaning?
Okay, the Gandhar Mulyankan is assignment, oral assignment, and Gandhar Mulyankan, Gandhar, you know, the principal perceptor, who has the capacity to catch the divine sound of the Tirthankar. Those are Gandhar. So Gandhar is regarded to be the highest in that category of the monks. Okay, Gandhar is also a monk, but it is of the highest category. It is above the acharyas, because acharyas are not able to understand the divine sound. But this Gandhar has a special capacity to understand the divine sound, and it is they who pass on this sermons and the message and the teachings to the other acharyas. And from those acharyas to other acharyas and the other acharyas to this way, the chain has come to us. And when there were no acharyas, there were Vidwan, brilliant scholars like Todarmal ji and many others, Daulat Ram ji, and Pandit Sada Sukdas ji, Pandit Budhar Das ji, and many other scholars in between. So this is how the scriptures has come to us. So who is in the first? Aditi ji, you name and call one by one. We are, so we were on to the Gandhar Mulyankan oral assignment. So it is just named as a Gandhar Mulyankan. It has nothing to do with the Gandhar, but just because you are going to understand this concept, whatever is given to you, and you have to explain it in the class. That's why it is called Gandhar Mulyankan. Mulyankan is evaluation. So here the teacher evaluates how is your quality, how is your oratory skill, how is your understanding skill, and how is your manifesting skill. So there is a 15 marks for this Gandhar Mulyankan, and this is the first oral assignment. Then the next in the line would be Viva. Okay, so Viva again, I'll be giving you 3 questions, and that is also carrying 15 marks. Okay, so 5 marks for each question, and that we will not be doing in the class, but I will asking you separately, and you have to send me voice message, and I will listen to all, and I will do the evaluation. So that is Viva. And the third oral assignment is LCPA, life-changing practical application. It carries 30 marks. Okay, and 3 questions will be centrally released from the management. 1 question on each paper. So now this is paper 2. Tattvagyan 1 is paper 2. Tattvagyan 10 Lakshan Dharma is paper 1, which we are going to study next. Okay. So 10 Lakshan Dharma is paper 1, and paper 2 is Tattvagyan 1, and paper 3 is Tattvagyan 2. So there will be 1 question from all these 3, and you have to again answer that through voice message to me personally. Okay. So that assignment of LCPA will come in the month of May, not May. This is the second sem, so it will be around November. Okay. So it has got still time to go. Now let's finish this Gandhar Mulyankan, and we will be doing, I'll be giving you the 3 questions on that is on Viva. That will be after the 10 Lakshan Dharma. So it will be from the first 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. So now this is Simandar Pujan. Okay. Very good Pujan. It is written by Dr. Bharil ji. Hukamchandji Bharil, Dr. Hukamchandji Bharil. And whose name is there in the first? Aditi.
Jinapriya ji.
Huh?
Jinapriya ji.
Okay, Jinpriya ji. Okay, Jinpriya ji, you explain the first stanza
Invocation.
of invocation.
Okay. Jai Jinendra. Invocation is the focus setting for any praises or rendering of verses. This sets the intention of verses and the objective of the flow and ritual. So in these verses, we are going to praise the qualities of Simandar Arihant, who is the first Tirthankara of the present Tirthankar cycle, and he is in Mahavidesh Kshetra currently. We invoke Simandar Arihant as our role model here, as he is currently living in the universe in this era. Simandar Bhagwan is supposed to have born with Avatinyan, Matinyan, and Shrutanyan. He attended Omniscience and or Kevalnyan after his meditation for saga of years. So now coming to the invocation phrase, Bhav Samudra Simiti Kyo Simandar Bhagwan, Kar Simiti Nich Jnaan Ko Prakto Puran Jnaan. Pragato Puran Jnaan Virya Darsha Sukari, Samyasar Avikar Vimal Chaitanya
You
Vihari.
can skip the Hindi one. You can
Okay.
directly read the English one
Okay,
and
sure.
explain. But that's all.
Yeah, sure. I'm giving my explanation here.
Yeah.
So, Ho Simandar Bhagavan, you have implicit perception and knowledge that you have stopped the worldly cycle of ocean of disorders and karma with your meditation. You have achieved omniscience with your self-contemplation and meditation. You are the pure Arihant soul with pure perception and knowledge. With your inner austeries, you have conquered the enemies of passion and defeated them. Whole destroyer of worldly existence, please give me strength and braveness to cross this ocean of life. Please make me focus on your virtues throughout this ritual, and henceforth I attain liberation like you.
Very good. So you said you have destroyed the passions. So it is not passion. First one will go is delusion. Okay. So he has defeated the arch enemy delusion. So
Okay.
first the delusion goes, and then only you are in the path of liberation. And the passions will go gradually. It is still there up to 10th stage of spiritual development. Okay. So even if you become a monk, and if you are meditating, the 7th and above stages are all meditating stage, right? But still the passions are still there up to the 10th stage of spiritual development. So this passion is not something that goes immediately. It takes time. Okay.
Okay.
So that's
I
why
correct.
people, there are a lot of questions between this delusion and the passions. Okay. Delusions is because of darshanmo, and passion is because of charitramo. Okay. So when you achieve the right faith or the right belief, okay, first one to go is the delusion. Okay. And along with this delusion, there were 4 levels of passions, you know. The first one goes Anantanubandhi Kashai. Okay. Anantanubandhi Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh. So when the delusion goes, the other, it also takes with him the 4 passions of first level, Anantanubandhi. And of course, there are other 3 levels left over, and it will go gradually. And the last one, that is about very subtle grid that goes off in the 10th stage of spiritual development. And in the first moment of the 12th stage of spiritual development, you achieve complete passionlessness. Yeah, rest was very good, and I'm really impressed by your confidence and your oratory skill and your explanatory skill. Very good.
Jai Jinendra.
Yeah. So you have done it really very nice. Who is in the next? Water. Who is going to present water?
Janine, I will be presenting water Aditi here.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so I will be covering the argha of water
Yeah.
in substances. So in the entire arc, we talk about the similarities between water and Simandar Bhagwan. So it begins with saying that your qualities, that is Simandar Bhagwan's qualities, are that of purity, absolute bliss, and faultlessness, just like water. It doesn't matter how many mistakes we make, we can still attain moksha. And it is highlighted just like that in the second line, that just like water, Simandar Bhagwan is seen as a purifier. He is seen as a destroyer of impurities of the soul. Like, let's take an example. If we take a dirty shoe, we pour clean water on the same, all the impurities from the shoe gets washed off. This can be compared to the soul of Simandar Bhagwan, where the dirty shoe is the perverse faith and the clean water is Simandar Bhagwan. In the third line, the speaker says, Simandar Bhagwan possesses a profound understanding of everything, and that has been compared to the clouds full of life-giving nectar. Just as clouds provide rain that sustains and nourishes life, Simandar Bhagwan provides knowledge and understanding that enriches and nourishes our soul. In the fourth line, the speaker says that Simandar Bhagwan gives a transformation and enhances the growth of spiritually minded beings. Just like we know, the lotus is known to rise out of murky waters or dirty waters to bloom into a beautiful flower. That symbolizes the journey from ignorance to spiritual understanding and turning into spiritually known beings. Blossoming their lotus minds suggests that your influence, that is Simandar Bhagwan's influence, helps these spiritually inclined individuals expand their understanding, just like the lotus flower opens its petals. Towards the end, the speaker says, the water that I have presented to you is a representation of my consciousness. With this water, I ask you to quench my thirst for knowledge by giving me the right direction. The speaker is actually offering water as a symbol of consciousness and seeking knowledge and guidance from this omniscient figure, asking for liberation from the cycle of life and death. Thank you, Rajani. Sir, you are on mute.
Sorry, I was in mute. So this was very excellent, and I think you have got a very bright future going ahead. Aditi, you are so good being still a student, but your grasping and your power of reproducing is all very good. The next, who is the next?
Nancy G.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can I share the screen, the Hindi version of the?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Give me a second. Only host can share in this meeting. Okay, no issue.
What you want? You want me to make you host? You want to share something?
Sir, it's just a Hindi version of this.
Okay, 1 minute.
That explanation only.
I'll make you a co-host.
Okay, sir.
Yes, now you are made a co-host. You can do the
Okay.
sharing. Anyways, all are having books with them. So
Okay,
even if you don't share it, is okay.
okay, sir. So, Judge name. My name is Nancy. I am presenting the puja. The third verse, the third part, that is sandalwood. So it starts like Chandan sam chandan vantan janvar तुम चंद्र किरण से सुकर हो भव ताप निकंदन हे प्रभुवर सचमुच तुम ही भव दुखहर हो. Here we are saying that the Lord is as beautiful, as handsome as moon, and as a moon rays gives peace and calmness, same as Lord give us that peace and calmness. And he is a destroyer of the worldly desires and worldly miseries. And he's the only one, because the other lords preaches about the detachment, but our Lord, you preaches about passionlessness, that is vitrata. So you are the only one who helps in destroy the worldly desires and worldly miseries. जल रहा मेरा अंतःस्थल प्रभु इच्छाओं की ज्वाला से यह शांत न होगा हे जिनवर रे विषय की मधुशाला से. My heart and my soul is burning because of these worldly desires, and it cannot be fulfilled by these sensory pleasures, because there's no quality of happiness and satisfaction. So no matter how much we consume it, it will never ending. So this will not helpful. And चिर अंतरदह मिटाने को तुम ही मल्यागिरी चंदन हो चंदन से चर्चु चरणाम्बुज भव तपहर शत शत वंदन. So in order to end these worldly desires and worldly miseries, I have come to you, and I'm offering this sandalwood to you, so that you can end this sufferings. Here sandalwood, why we take the sandalwood? Sandalwood meaning it gives a sense of relief in inflammation. So my heart is burning because of all these inflammations, worldly desires. So with the help of this, I am offering this to you, so that all my sufferings will end. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Sir, you are on mute.
Sorry. So Nancy ji, you have done very good, and all my words of appreciation could not be transmitted to you just because I was on mute mode. So I was just wondering that if you look around yourself, you will find that there is independence of everything. Now, we had one student joining yesterday. Okay, new student coming up. She's my relative only. And so she was about to join, and everything was finalized, and just she was going to register. But then she got a dengue fever. So today she applied. So you never know what is going to happen next, you know. So this is something we don't want to leave to any chances, and we should utilize our time, you know, in such a way that we don't miss out on this. This should be our first priority, and all the other things will also be happening simultaneously. It is not something that if you do this, you will falter in your other responsibilities, but it is not that. On the contrary, you will be alert every way, every sense. So this kind of this kind of tragedy do come, and So we can't do anything about that. But this was very good. Chandan by Nancy Jain. Okay. Then we have rice and rice. I think Nidhi has sent a recording in the group. Okay. So we can play that recording right now, or uh, everyone would hear it. You'll be able to play it, Aditi ji?
Yes, sir.
Aditi ji is our team leader. So there are lot of responsibilities as a team leader, and she's
Akshat, which is represented by rice. Akshat refers to that which is unbroken and indivisible, and is also one characteristic of the soul. The verse reads, Hey Bhagwan, Hey Bhagwan, your home is where Sid Bhagwan resides eternally, and that is why I have full faith in you. I have no faith in Jat Vikshat or broken divisions, because I want to be like you as you are. By taking help from the virtue of the unbroken, you have realized the indivisible and unbroken essence of the soul. You have given the world knowledge of the indivisible soul after achieving this pure state. I desire only to achieve unbroken bliss. That is why I am offering you this unbroken rice, which is symbolic of Akshat. I have fallen in love with the pureness of the infinite attributes you have attained, and offer to you this whole and unbroken rice to achieve this undestroyable state of bliss.
okay. Nidhi ji, that was also very good, short and sweet. Who is the next one?
Subaji.
Okay.
Jai Jinanda ji.
Yes.
Can you make me co-host so that I can share the screen?
Yes, definitely. Subhaji, make host. Okay. Yeah, done.
Is the screen seen, Ji?
No,
1 minute. One minute. Ji.
so you are sharing audio recording or what?
No.
Everyone has the book. You just read through, no problem.
1 minute. What should I do to write? I'm not able to do it.
No problem. You just speak, no?
Okay.
We are all listening.
Yes. Ji. I thought that I've written the meaning for each and everything.
You shared
So I
it.
thought,
You shared it in the group, so it's okay now.
okay. Right. Yes. Jai Jinendra ji. Jai Jinendra to everyone. Right. Sorry. Okay. Yes, I'm not able to do it, so I'll do my summary now.
Yes.
Right. Jai Jinendra to everyone. Dear everyone, if you can open the Hindi meaning of verses in the WhatsApp, it will be fine and nice. It will be easy for me to explain also. Right. In the first line, I'm not that much good in Hindi. Right. So please take it in a right way. Right. In the first line, it is given that Tum surabhit gyan suman ho Prabhu, nahi rag dvesh durkand kahi. Right. In the entire verse, what they are doing is they are comparing Simanda Bhagwan with flower. Right. In the first line, they are saying that Simanda Bhagwan is like, oh Lord, you are like a flower of Gyan with good fragrance. Right? You know that flower is made up of material particles like atom and molecules, whereas Atma is full of consciousness. Likewise, Lord is full of Gyan. When you compare ourselves with the Lord, our Gyan is mixed with Rag and Dvesh. But Lord's Gyan is Lord's Atma is full of Gyan. So in the first line, they are comparing our Lord with a good fragrant flower. Nahi rag dvesh durkand khahi. They are saying that Simanda Bhagavan, there is no rag dvesh, even an iota of rag dvesh, right, is in his gyan. Durkand means bad smell. So there's no iota of rag dvesh, bad smell in his gyan. In the second line, Sarvang Sukomal Chinmayitan जग से कुछ भी संबंध नहीं. So it goes like this. Sarva Ang, it means every pradesh of your Atma is pure and soft like consciousness. That is, every pradesh of your body, as every pradesh of your Atma, as a body of consciousness, which is compared to softness and purity of the flower. In the first line, it is compared with good fragrance. In the second line, it is compared with softness and purity of consciousness. Right? Jag se kuch bhi sambandh kahi. He has no relationship with world at any cost. You know that God is a right. He knows everything, right? Right. Everything is reflected in his gyan, but he has no connection. He has no connection with. He has no relationship with this any world existence. But God knows everything. All the happenings in the earth is reflected in his gyan. But even though it is everything is reflected, he has no relationship with the external world. Third line, Nija antar vasa swasit ho. Sunyandar par ki maya se. Right? In antarvasa means inner consciousness. His consciousness is full of fragrance. His inner consciousness is full of fragrance. Sunyandar par ki maya se. Sunyandar means zero, vacuum. There's no maya in his consciousness. Fourth line, Chaitanya Vipin ke Chitranjan ho dur jagat ke chaya se. He is living in a forest of consciousness and is enjoying it perfectly. He himself is enjoying, and he is giving happiness to the creatures living in that forest, and is also giving happiness to those creatures who are inclined to their consciousness. Ho dur jagat ki chaya se is totally away from shadow of the world. Fifth line, Sumano se man ko lag mili Prabhu kalpaveli se yak laya. So, in the first 4 lines, Lord is compared with, they are saying that Lord has similarity of the properties of flower, like good fragrance, softness, and pure. Right? In the 5th line, what is saying that I'm inspired by seeing this good fragrance flower. I've got a path by looking at this looking at this good fragrance flowers. I have a good path in his mind. Taking this inspiration, I have brought flowers from Kalpa Vriksha. Inko, last line, Inko pa chahar utaman kal bar chonch charag me le aya. Right, but what will happen to the birds is that birds will scream loudly when they saw beautiful flowers. Right, similarly, myself, after inspired by these flowers, I brought my beak full of Kalpavrisha flowers to present before you. Right, and he is finally concluding that these flowers I've presented in front of you, and I'm requesting you to destroy all the lust and passion in my living being and make me a pure soul. Thank you, Ji.
Very nicely explained by Subhaji. That was very good. Subhaji is a senior citizen. She has retired from the bank, but still she has the zeal.
No, Ji, I'm not a
Sir,
I'm not
this
a senior
means on-
citizen.
Yeah, she's young. I
I'm
am
still,
Shashikala, that only senior citizen. You got confusion.
Shashikala is the next
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Sorry. So, okay. I'm really
Yeah,
extremely
that name everybody confused with the Shiva only for me. Yeah.
okay. But
She's very young, sir. Shiva is young.
okay, good. So this was the explanation was very good, and I think you have studied in University of Madras, right?
yes,
Me?
sir, and
Sir,
I'm not in.
Shashikala, sir. I did that course.
Oh,
I didn't do Jainology. I'm just fresh to this Paramagam.
okay. So I'm really sorry. I'm confusing between Sasikala ji and
Yeah, sir, you
Subhaji.
see me now. I'm Shashikala.
So I know Sasikala ji very closely. We have been doing this revision class.
Yeah, chat.
Okay.
Next
Subhaji,
is-
so it was very good. Who is on the next?
Sir, me, sir. That same Shashikala only now. That
Okay.
senior citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Shall
And
I-
your last one. We are almost through to the time, but we started a bit late. So anyway, we will finish yours.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Jai Jinendra, my dear friends. See, this is Pujan minus sweets, I think. Am I correct, sir? Sweets, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, this Pujan, for it is only a process of getting ourselves, knowing ourselves, how to realize ourselves. Pujan, usually in this 5th era, there is no actual Tirthankara present in this Bharata Kshetra. But Simandar Bhagavan is actually present, as Jinapriya has told, in Mahavida Kshetra, is present there, his Vani, his Divyadvani is going on there. The purpose of this puja is Laukik or Lokantric. That Laukik means it is to gain some material, mundane benefits. Laukontrik means it is realizing our own self, eternal bliss. So this puja main purpose is not for gaining any material benefits. It is to realize our own self, our eternal bliss. So it is done with utter Shraddha, Bhakti, Bhavana. All these materials, Ashtadravya Puja, they will call. Dravya means Vastu. That Dravya, this Dravyas as Alamban. Alamban means to take the help. That is to get the concentration. Because that mind is very chanchalta. That is, it will go very this side, that side. To get into that with the help of this, I'm not offering water. Please give me that Janma Jara Mrityu Vinasanaya, like that. So coming to my part, because time is up, so I'm shortening this one. To coming to my part, sweets. That is, it is called a Naivedya or Charu. They will call Charu. That actually in that temples, we all know, we use that dry coconut for as this charu has been used. How? Because as a true Atma, we are anahari. That is the all taking food only for this body only needs. Atma is by nature, it is hanahari. It is doesn't need any food. But we will think, I am doing this food, what is it? This vrat, all these things we think. But all only is for body. Coming to that, this what is explained by the in this book by the Kumjim, the great Jnani Bokumjamji, full of brim with the nectar of joy. You did not distribute material gains. Yes, Bhagavan, I have come to you offering Naivedya. You are one, your Shuddha Roga Nivaranaya, they will say. Charum Nirbhavami Swaha, they will say. Because you are one, all you are, it's a mundane bird. Every time the mind is for knowing this thing, that message, this message, all these things. That is hunger with a want to gain. And for physical, all the panchendriyas, all these five senses, they need something to get it filled up. So Bhagavan, you are one, all this, your five senses. See, yes, told, I have not been able to satisfy my hunger with the various sweet dishes. You are free of hunger of mind and five senses that trouble humans. Yes, as a Sansari Jiva, always we are in the longing for food or messages or ego, prize, all these things. So I have come to you with a charu, naivedya, with a pure mind, bhakti bhav. I'm offering this to get rid of my book, that is Shuddha Roga Nivaranaya. Charum Nirbhabhami Savan is with a complete bhakti. I'm offering you to get rid of, to realize my own true nature, my Atma, it is Anahari. That for that only I am come to you. And I wish, I am confident that all my desires will come to an end, and with you in my heart. That is, as is one, I am doing prayer with Bhakti Shraddha, taking this, offering this Naivedya, and at your lotus feet, to get rid of my Shuddha Roga Nivarana and realize my own self. This is, sir. I thank you very much, everybody.
Oh, very good, Shasikala ji. The explanation was quite to the point.
Kindly excuse, I have not read line by line. I told the content.
No problem, no problem. But you have covered everything that I was looking at. So you have covered everything, and so we have done today 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another 6, 7 are left over. So we'll be doing it tomorrow because we had to complete this chapter of Panch Bhav also, because we have already done 2 classes on that, and this was I need to complete that. So tomorrow we'll finish up all other participants, students, Gandhar Mulyankan. Okay, so tomorrow at 9 o'clock we'll be again meeting and completing this Gandhar Mulyankan.
Thank you so much.
निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिनवाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। उसके लिए जिनवाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। 9 बार नौकार मंत्र गिनेंगे। जय जिनेंद्र।